event of the evening is proudly brought to you by Valtrans, as well as Astra Hospital and Clinics. This bout is officially sanctioned by the Middle Eastern Pro Boxing Commission for 6 3-minute rounds of action in a men's middleweight 72.5 kg division. As always, joining me first in the center of the ring, your referee by the bell from Ghana with referee Erasmus Uwu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your co-main event of the evening, please put your hands together as he makes his ring walk first. Fighting out of the red corner, representing Kenya, it's Ariembi, Isiah Odhiambo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome his opponent into the center of the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Egypt, it's Ahmed Boloshy.
ممنوع تدخل يا لعبنا هنفكركم بكم بلا انتوا مين يالا انتوا مش من هنا انتوا من المية وده اكلنا امسك هالفوت خد يالا انتوا نجوم عالورق ابعد من الشمس احسن تتسلق احنا نجوم في السما فوت بوم بوم موت هالفوت انا عندنا صعب تعوم انتوا مية ملح واحنا مية عذبة يعني مصيرك هنا محدود انا مجنون بس عمري ما كنت زبون انا اللي بصد انا اللي بقطع انا سين تلويس لعب مسنون فكك يالا من شغل الهمك انت وقعت مع ابن البلد انا مش شايف غير السمك حاسب بالموجة لا تركبك انا مسدود في البر انت هنفوت في البحر انا تمساح في النهر نادي سلاح انا مليون شر.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached your co-main event of the evening here live at the agenda with EMD Fight Night number 7. Your co-main event of the evening is proudly brought to you by Valtrans in association with Astra Hospital and Clinics, and is officially sanctioned for 6 3-minute rounds of action in a men's professional boxing middleweight division. Your 3 judges being representing us tonight ringside from the MEPB, Gary Kitsanowski from the UK, Mike Hale from Wales, and finally Tiran Don from Sri Lanka. And with the action begins, your referee by the bell from Ghana, Erasmus Uwu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome as we reintroduce first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he enters the ring wearing the white trunks with red trim, holding a professional boxing record, 6 fights, 2 victories, 4 losses. Fighting out of Kenya, presenting Ariembi, Isiah Odhiambo. And across the ring to his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, tonight he enters the ring wearing the black trunks with white trim, holding a professional boxing record, 6 fights, 5 victories, 2 coming in by way of knockout, and only a singular loss. Fighting for Egypt, presenting Ahmed Boloshy.
Good advice. You know the rules already. I need a goal in the qualifiers. Protect yourself. Fight for your Good luck.
So co-main event time, ladies and gentlemen. This is 6-3 scheduled in the middleweight division. The competition between in the red corner, Ariembi, Isiah Odhiambo versus Ahmed Boloshy from Egypt, the Egyptian champion, wearing the long socks and the black shorts against our Kenyan fighter in his national colours of white and red. already with the pressure. Boloshy just keep him in the corner, and Isiah trying to keep him away with the jab. And
taking his time, trying to build into this. You can see, very stout, strong man is Tota.
yeah, he definitely looks the part, doesn't he? He's been working hard for this fight, right? Looks of it, and a great opportunity for all these fighters here at the agenda. EMD 7 out here in luxurious Dubai, creating opportunities for all in the international fighters. A nice left hook counter there, landed and got the attention of the Kenyan fighter, bringing into the ring a record of 2 wins and 4 defeats, opposite the Egyptians' 5 wins and against a solitary defeat. But they're playing and moving and establishing and just really working through his body and looking to land that left hook as the Kenyan fighter walks forward.
And you see the heavy hands there as well of Tota. You can understand why he's really a knockout artist. When he lands those shots, you can feel the thud. He throws them real authority.
Yeah, Boloshy got a great build for this middleweight division, hasn't he? He's nice and stout and low in his stance. And
A push back there by the Kenyan and caught with that check hook. Beautiful left hand.
yeah, but slips and lands a left hook on the front foot of his own and gets his feet out of there. Keeping a good, decent amount of pressure. But like you said, he's fine on for that left hook. I think it did land just behind the head, but it's in transition. Now he's just trying to take away that left hook distance for him now, take away the success that the Kenyans had as he's coming and time his entries in and land the left hook of his own. We're at minute 40 into the first round. A very patient first round from both.
Yeah, Boloshy seems like, a very athletic, explosive fighter. Seems to be taking his time waiting to unload.
Yeah, trying to get his reads and his look, but I think obviously the Kenyans quite patient. As I say that right on cue, he progresses forward and throws a longer combination.
Yeah, seems happy to just stand on the outside of the reach and wait for his man to make a mistake. Left hook goes underneath.
Yeah, a little switch of the stance here and keeping him in the corner there by just keeping his right foot outside the Kenyan's left foot. I think a right on leads coming. Yep, here we go. 45 seconds remaining. Anybody's round this one. Just gets a bit stiff on the inside, Boloshy, and struggles to land his counters because of the tension through the front part of his body. But now looking at nice and composed on exits and understanding that it's a 6-round fight and there's no rush. Good defense there.
That left hand was nice, timed it well. You can see, and that one landed heavily. See the Kenyan just ducking his head a little bit. Another left hook lands, right on the button.
I just stole him the round, that loop, with 10 seconds remaining. A very competitive stanza until that point.
They're smelling blood now though,
Yep.
Tota coming forward heavily. Saved by the bell almost a little bit.
Odhiambo went a bit negative into his own shell there after that punch landed, but competitive to that point. You could see that Boloshy was just measuring and assessing his opponent, trying to get certain reads. But like I said, when the Kenyan comes inside, he gets a little bit tense. Ends up throwing on instinct a little bit, but a nice roll out and lands a left hook off it.
Yeah, just overthrew that left hand, the Kenyan, and when he was bringing it back, didn't have safety up with the right hand and got hit with that counter left. But I feel like feels established now, does Boloshy. I would be surprised if he came out as calm in this second.
Yeah, he's definitely got the Kenyans' respect now. He's probably going to keep it with his feints and pressure. All going according to plan to the Egyptian champion there with a standing 8 right at the end of the first.
Yeah, seems very stoic and relaxed in the corner. Give me a little wink, I'm not quite sure why.
Well, he's seen your teeth, hasn't he, mate? They are beautiful.
And Tota coming forward now, confidence brimming after getting that 8 count.
Yep.
Change of level, beautiful.
Now that really imposing now, isn't he? Keeping him where he wants him. Trying to draw out these little counters, a lot of patience there for someone who, like I said, just a little bit tense on the inside, isn't he? But
I feel like the Kenyan comes in with his head down as well, like really ducking over.
yeah, just gambles, doesn't he? Gambles his way into the range. Yeah, the feints are really working, aren't they? I think a feint right uppercut would be a nice little score, but he's gone the other way with it.
Yeah, I feel like he's felt the power now.
Yep. He's found a home for that little right hand over the top of that jab.
Needs to be aware though.
Yeah, he's throwing his way out of corners, isn't he? But putting himself back in there, and it's where the Egyptian's right in front of his own corner now. And kept him in there with his feints and managing the range. Good shot to the body.
Good idea there from the Kenyan.
The Egyptian's feeling himself now, just like assessing, but a lunging. was perhaps not the best idea there with the guy with eyes wide open, just ready for a big shot. We could like be using that feints and touching just to keep his hands moving.
I like to see straight shots out the Egyptian. He just seems to like the defenses of the Kenyan are built for hooks. I think if he could throw a straight shot down the middle, that jab to the midsection, that solar plexus.
To get his hands moving would be a great idea, Luke. It's great advice, to be honest. Well, doesn't want to clinch now, wants to break out and work out these clinches. Referee's on top of it, though, with these little rabbit punches from the right side.
Now, there's that break halfway through this second round. Got his legs got a little bit wide there, did Boloshy's.
Yeah, caught him with another left hook. That's definitely a shot, isn't it, the left hook?
Yeah, opening up a little bit now.
Now keeping that pressure, just keeping him in corners. But catches
Really nice right hand, caught him on the end there on the exit. And there's that right uppercut. I feel like that would be a good shot to select right now, whereas that head's coming flying down.
I think you could piece together the left hook with the right uppercut and have a lot of success.
They was set up right there for it if he'd have thrown that combination. It's almost like we know what we're talking about, Carl.
Yeah,
nice right hand land.
I think a bit of a head clash there inside.
He's really got the earmuffs on. I think the uppercut would be flush right now in this moment in time. Nice right hand lands though.
Catches a right hand of his own there, with 40 seconds remaining. That's the best punch of the fight, that for the Kenyan warrior.
Starting with the right hand is Boloshy. There's that left hook again on the check. Stalking his man down, but almost just walking forwards. No real respect now for the Kenyan. Maybe that got him some back.
Well, then he's just a bit submissive after it, isn't he? He lands a shot and then retreats back to a corner.
I almost feel like he's getting a bit frustrated now. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah, the right uppercut is really there all day, isn't it?
Yeah, left hook, right uppercut would be a combination right now. Dying seconds of this round.
Yep. A competitive round again, but there are definitely some patterns that the Egyptian's drawing out of his Kenyan opponent now. It just looks like he goes to the corner for a rest. I don't know if that's the best tactics against a power puncher.
Yeah, does his work and then somehow finds a corner. I mean, look at the highlights, every single one of them, and he's in the corner. Does well to get out of it and then goes straight back to it. He needs to understand ring craft a little bit more and maybe taking the center of the ring rather than being up against the ropes all the time.
It's also getting instructions from Kuam Claude, from the Cameroon Emboa Association. Asking for him to step back, not fall in with his head. His sound advice. Gesticulating to the right uppercuts there if you do. Toto coming out again, getting his opponent's respect, leading him right back to the corner.
And that's his home, likes to be there, the Kenyan, up against the ropes. There's that left hook again. Good block. Going to the body with the right hand, that's new.
Yeah, good to mix up the levels, especially with a guy that's dipping so much and coming underneath. He's so conscious and wary of what's coming back now, isn't he?
Nice stiff jab as he's drifting a little bit.
Two good shots land there, get his attention again, and he punches out a left hook.
Ducks under well under that left hook.
Yeah, there's his slip left hook. Finds his feet and throws the left hook back.
Check left hook again. Finding a home a lot more early on in this round, landing.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a theme, hasn't it, tonight, that people have been gambling in distance and getting put in the feet, or not taking the feet with the punches, and very open to the left hook as they're lunging in. Good, little touches, nice little right hand lands. It's like seeing touch. It's a bit evident when that slip left hook's coming in.
Yeah, everything's thrown with power as well. Very strong shots. Needs to change up the tempo maybe a little bit.
Yeah, just touch him. That's better, isn't it? Even just to draw out the defense. There you go. Look, he drew out the defense,
and then landed perfectly.
Halfway through this round.
Painting the jab, throwing a right hand. Some straight shots now coming out the Egyptian. As I say that, hook and a miss.
Where's the uppercut gone? Yeah, he's just moving him around the ring now, isn't he? They're very tiring on the legs of the 32-year-old Kenyan. He's not just come up here to make the numbers. Oh, he's still in this fight. Lands a stiff jab. Continues his combination. retreats back to the ropes. Just forcing his shots through a little bit. I think Boloshy could do a little bit better, just playing and touching and drawing, and that was much better. Yeah, just playing and touching.
You see glances of it. You see glances of what he wants to do, and then he just goes back to big left hook. You know, you see glances of him feinting, of him moving, of him trying to draw. Looks,
Yeah,
but there you go again.
better,
Feet in and out, and then feet in and out, and now we're going to see a big left hook.
I think he's going to prove you wrong here, mate. Yeah, there you go.
Big right hook.
Good,
Nice
good job
stiff
there.
jab, beautiful.
This is better, isn't it? Just picking and touching and picking and touching, and then I can land a bigger shot off it rather than just loading and trying to land a fight-ending shot from the start. We've got 15 seconds remaining. We're halfway through this fight.
And then he has complete control and won't take any damage as well. If he could just pepper him with that jab, control the distance, he doesn't allow the Kenyan to take those big risks, those big leaps. Nice.
Yep.
Right hand, left hand. And now we'll see the end of the third. Stands up, feel like Egyptian comfortable right now.
Yeah, controlling where the fight goes, isn't it? It's always good if you can keep the fight where he is, and all you got to do is just following him around the ring, really, isn't it? And putting him back into another corner, and then touching, trying to find his shot.
But there was glimpses of changes, going to the body with the right hand. Nice jabs and footwork. There we see it as well. Drawing him out, drawing him in, punching first and then punching last. But then he just goes back to the rhetoric of just throwing a big left or a big right hand.
Yeah, but he can keep his balance, keep his composure, work behind the jab. He's only going to have more success, isn't he? And also be more economical with his energy.
In complete control, 3 rounds in.
Here we go for this 4th round between Ahmed Boloshy of Egypt and Ariembi Isiah Odhiambo of Kenya. Odhiambo back in his accustomed position of having his back on the ropes. And Boloshy keeping him there with pressure.
Nice stiff jab there from the Kenyan. Like to see Boloshy try and build into this and throw a few shots rather than just that one punch. Nice, better work there. Three shot combination,
Yeah,
opening up a little bit.
He's opened up here halfway through, hasn't he? This has been his best start to a round so far, and only because of accumulation.
Beautiful left hand landed there and rocks his man backwards.
Torta truck gets the ascendancy of the front foot. Tries to land a short chopping right hand. The boxer box out of the break. Good feint there with the feet. Nice little short left hook inside.
I want to see that uppercut come through every time he's ducking.
There, yeah.
Or maybe just like an angled jab
Yeah,
rather
rather
than a
than
straight
double
jab.
his hooks up, it could be a hook to an uppercut, back to a hook, or lead him with the uppercut and finish him with a hook.
Again, leaning is the Kenyan as he throws in there. Good work from him, but really got his chin over his feet.
He always follows his last punch on that angle, doesn't he? If he finishes with a left hook, he'll exit left. If he finishes with a right hand, he's exiting right and putting himself back into one of the corners, but he gets pushed away there disdainfully by the Egyptian, but he lands as the Egyptian comes in. Ahmed
Halfway through this third
just
round.
Forcing it a little
Fourth
bit
round.
again. Boloshy just forcing it a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Get the bounce in your feet and enjoying it and take the emotion out of it. Just keep touching.
That was beautiful step back left hook as well.
Yeah, that's
There's the
shot, isn't it?
uppercut.
Stabs the right hand down. Oh, and lands a nice little step jab through as he exits right. He's doing a good job of reversing his punches, because obviously there's a shell that's coming from Boloshy, and when he reverses his punches, he can split the guard on his exit. But this is what he needs, just a bit of touch and feint. Touch and feint. Yeah.
He needs to go as well, and he needs to mix it up.
As Boloshy throws the left hook, he pulls his right hand back, so he's not really in a great position to throw the right hook. He can really only throw the right hook from there.
Really nice stiff jab, visible. Jab into the body, nice from Boloshy.
Yeah, just regaining and retaining control, isn't he, at certain moments.
I like when Boloshy goes first with that right hand as well. When he sets it up, it's a nice variation.
I think he doesn't really have much respect for the Kenyan fighter's power, so he's just happy to plant his feet and try land that fight finishing shot.
Comes to the end of that 4th round. This one will be fought over 6 3-minute rounds for our co-main event. Here we see in the highlights. Kenyan woke up a little bit there, Carl, in that round.
Yeah, he started off fast, didn't he? Yeah, he started off fast.
And throwing 3-piece combinations was always 3 shots, but he went high and low as well. All highlights for him in that round as well, surprising to see.
Yeah, a much better round for him, to be honest. I thought that Boloshy was going to get the front foot after the 3rd round, but the Kenyan fighter came back into it a little bit there. As we go into the 5th round. Of our co-main event of the evening. Our referee Erasmus Owo is going to bring the fighters back together for round number 5. That's a bit more patient, isn't it? Rather than forcing your feet in, forcing your weight in. Both guys trying to establish now with the jab. Left hook's just a little bit predictable for me, Luke. I'd like to see him mixing it up a little bit.
Especially as the Kenyan comes flying forward towards him. Maybe a straight right.
Yeah, straightening his punches out would be a good option, and tries to do that on the ascendant of the front foot. Nice
work.
Putting his combinations together nicely there.
And going high and low. 4 jabs there, lands with a 4th, and then continues. Definitely waking up in these later rounds.
Yeah, Boloshy's letting him have a bit of success, but losing his defenses.
I think Boloshy going for that big overhand now as well, almost like a frustration punch.
Yep, forcing his shots through.
He looks angry, emotional in that.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go back to the body. That was better timing, wasn't it? Timed the jab and came over the top of it.
Staggers his man back off the end of that left hand.
This is better when he just keeps his body moving. Even if I'm going to go for the left hook, it's going to come much better off a bit of body movement. Got his attention there a little bit with that one.
I feel like it's scanned off the eye.
Now he's got Boloshy on the back foot.
Yeah,
He's got
first
Boloshy on the
time
ropes,
we've seen this. Needs to pour it on now.
Yeah, I think going up and down the work as well. It looks like Boloshy's feeling it a little bit in this round and looking to grab hold himself. Just over a minute remaining in round number 5, the penultimate round of this co-main event. Boloshy's trying to land. I think if he just touched and just threw and just moved, and then he had more opportunities to land, as he proved there, to be honest.
Yeah, that left hand landed, but it was like a cuff, almost like the palm of the hand landed.
Of the glove, yeah, when he doubles and triples the jab up, he has a lot of success because Boloshy's not taking his feet with his defenses.
Like you said, I feel like he doesn't respect the Kenyans to give him to move out of the way. And just wants to dive in with those big hooks.
Yeah, getting frustrated there a little bit with it, I think.
30 seconds remaining in this 5th round. I did not expect to see this fight go so long.
Yeah, not after the way the fight started, but yeah, I think if anything, the Kenyan fighter's grown into this fight the last 2 rounds.
They've definitely been his best.
20 seconds remaining.
It's one big shot coming out Boloshy, one big jab. Needs to build into those and see some combinations.
Yeah, get his guy moving. He was having a success in the early rounds when he was throwing him from the right hook as he moved, rather than right when he was, because his eyes are wide open, aren't they? There's an imminent threat. He knows that it's going to come from either side, so he's judging it well off it. But
interesting round, that one. Probably the best, I feel, for the Kenyan fighter.
Yeah, I agree. And Boloshy getting a bit frustrated. He knows that he's probably expecting more from himself, but he's just got to take his feet with his defenses, keep the respect, and not load in the first phase, maybe load at the end of his combination, or load off a feint or off his touch. But some good work from both guys in that round. But
you're seeing the highlights here. A bit scrappy though as it goes back and forward, nothing too clean. Even that right hand landed, but it wasn't on the knuckle, more of the fingers.
yeah, Boloshy needs just a bit of variety to his attack. I'm sure his corner's addressing that. He's got a world-class cornerman there in Kuam Claude, directing the traffic.
And our 6th and final round opens up. Much the same as most of the others. Control here from Tota, and then the Kenyan on the back foot up against the ropes, trying to time his entry.
Yeah, he's showing him the left hook now, rather than committed to it. It's much better. Just like you can see his feet underneath him a little bit more.
Feel like
better, isn't it?
A fake left hand, fake left hook, right hand straight would be a nice recipe for success.
It's quite difficult because he kind of leans out, doesn't he? So he his first reaction is to lean, so that's why you got to take your feet with it. But when he swings, it's kind of with dead feet or with his left foot a bit further in his stance, and that's better, isn't it? Taking both feet with the jab.
Patience.
Yeah, the Kenyan's kind of gone into his shell a little bit this round, where I think if he put his foot on the gas and kept his combinations going just like that, he could have a little bit more success.
Especially going high and low. I feel like if he turned up the gas now, but 6th round, both men worked quite hard in this fight.
Yeah. I like to see like a double jab right hook, a double jab right hand, rather than just leaning in with a big lunging shot. But having said that, that one connected, didn't it? But he gets caught on the exit. Again, catches his own little slip left hook.
It was a better setup with his body though for that left hook. At least he moved into
there's
it,
a straight right you're asking
flowed
for, Luke.
into it.
This is a better round actually from Toto. He's mixing up his attacks and not just loading yet. There's the left hook right hand you've been screaming for. He gets caught with one downstairs on these exits. Subtle feints, much better. Yeah, his feet are in a better position, aren't they, I believe. And just over a minute remaining of this competitive 6-rounder. Both guys only 6 fights into the young careers, so a lot to learn from this fight, and it's a lot of experience gained. I think there's a little head clash there inside, but nothing really of note.
Yeah, Tota feeling that as well as he checks.
Yeah, big puff of the cheek.
Kenyan coming alive now, moving.
Yeah, trying to steal this round potentially, but I think Toto's had much better work in this round with 30 seconds remaining of it. The Egyptian champion is looking to improve his record to 6-1, and he's met a valiant opponent here, but I don't know if being valiant is enough, especially with the ring control and the position that he's been placing his opponent in. He's just expecting a big shot though, isn't he? He's just got his eyes wide open waiting for it with 15 seconds remaining.
Going to be the dying moments of this one in our co-main event of the evening. And that will see the full 6 rounds played out, giving the judges a job to do.
Yeah, 6 rounds in the bank for both guys, and a good learning thing. There's plenty to go back there and watch and improve upon from both guys. Good defensive acumen from our Kenyan fighter, but the aggression, the front foot pressure for the majority of the outing came from the Egyptian champion.
Yeah, the Egyptian champion doing a fantastic job. Just for me, loaded his shots a little bit too much and almost just went for singulars rather than building into his work and getting his flow. I like when he was moving the shoulders though in the 6th round, and he kind of built off that and threw the left hook.
He had a lot of success, didn't he, when he was doing that, especially in the early rounds. I think he just abandoned it and was hunting for maybe a highlight reel knockout and became a bit predictable, especially for someone that was defensively aware and looking for those big shots. But I'd be very surprised if it didn't go the way of Boloshy.
Well, we will find out as the scores get collated and collected. My math's not very good, so I'm hoping they're not got me to count up the scores.
I don't know, mate. You do a good job of counting your money from what I've seen.
That's easy work, that. They're all coming $100 bills, so it makes life easy.
Big Benjamins. Boloshy getting the applause from his encouraging fan support. And
well, they're sat right behind me. That makes more sense why he winked at me earlier. I think it must have been them, not me.
we always think it's about you, mate. It is what it is.
That's life. Yeah.
We're seeing the Kenyan national colours on show here. It's been a great display of international talent, and we have one bout remaining.
We'll hand it over to MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event of the evening comes to a close. You're live at the agenda with EMD Fight Night number 7. After coming 6 3-minute rounds of action in the men's professional boxing middleweight division, we go to the judges' scorecard, where your judges see the bout 58-55, 59-54, and 60-53. All 3 judges ruling in favor of your winner by points, declared by unanimous decision. To the blue corner from Egypt, it's Ahmed the Boloshy.
ممنوع تدخل يا لعبنا هنفكركم بالقنبلة انتوا مين يالا انتوا مش من هنا انتوا من المية وده اكلنا امسك هالفوت خد يالا انتوا نجوم عالورق ابعدني الشمس احسن تتسلق احنا نجوم في السما خد بوم بوم موت هالفوت انا عندنا صعب تعوم انتوا مية ملح واحنا مية عذبة يعني مصيرك هنا محكوم انا مجنون بس عمري ما كنت زبون انا اللي بصد انا اللي بقطع انا سين تلويس تعي مسنون فكك يالا من شغل الهمك انت وقعت مع ابن البلد انا مش شايف غير السمك حاسب بالموجة لا تركبك انا مسدود في البر.
Ladies and